Boom, boom. This is Ken, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, everyone. So we got a little bit of Soul Land Reloaded up to late, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. So not much going on at this particular point here. We do have one event up. It's a Divine Tool event, which is really nice. I mean, don't have them very often, so it is nice to actually get one every now and then. It helps with the upgrading. Divine tools are something that are proceeding very slowly from the Triple S perspective. As you can see, just really nothing in terms of getting these up. And I mean, I get all of the Triple S shards every time they have an event, and it's just really not going well at all. The SS pluses weren't too bad. I mean, I've got them maxed out. But yeah, this is just not going good at all in terms of the Divine tools. But you know, it is what it is. We'll just work slowly. Hopefully, once we start getting into the SPs, maybe we'll start seeing more. But yeah, so it's nice to have one event up where we can actually get some stuff. So it's pretty much, you know, unless you're going to spend money, of course. If you're willing to spend money, you can level them up pretty quickly. But you know, it's going to cost quite a bit to do it. So we do have in the time limited sale. There's a bunch of good stuff in here. So you've got your standard Triple S, the scale emblem. You've got some more Triple S's, and then you've got your SS pluses. And then you've got just a bunch of the cores and whatnot for enhancements. You know, tertiary, secondary enhancements that they have for the Divine tools. So it's quite a bit of stuff. You know, it helps a little bit that they have these enhancements that they have right here, because this allows you to get a little bit faster, make them a little bit more useful. But hopefully, you know, until we start getting some shards, and I mean, they're giving us, you know, so we've got 15 shards. Okay, that's just not a lot of shards, and another 15 shards, so that's just not a lot of shards. We're starting to get 20 here, but there's an SS. So yeah, not a whole lot going on in terms of this, the numbers, but hopefully that'll increase with time. And then we got the time limit rebates, of course. Weekly gift bags, pretty good weekly gift bags. They do have some Divine tools in here for $7.50. It's 30. These can be useful for secondary enhancements, so I'll be snatching these up. And they've also got a pretty good resource pack, chance to get 50 of the actual orange ones. So, and this will work on, I think this works on all of them. Yeah, it does work on all of them. So you'll be able to, that's going to be useful. The soul, it's not a hot lot of soul power crystal. That won't, that's not very much for even one enhancement for some of the nicer ones, but it's good. Extended orange, but as you can see, I've got 35,000 of those, so that's really not useful. This will be good for some absorbing for your extended bones, but this is really what you're going to go for. So it's a little bit steep, but you know, you may as well snatch it up if you ain't got anything else. Daily pack, and then of course Super Monday claim, which you should have completed over the actual weekend. So what are we going to do today? Well, today we're going to go ahead and play around. We are wanting to advance our skills for our SP. And as everybody knows, to do those skills, we need soul rings, and we need the good kind, which is the red kind. So we're going to be looking to get some reds to add into the actual setup here, so that we can actually bring some of these up and start utilizing the power that these skills do offer, because the skills, they're really good skill sets. There's absolutely nothing whatsoever wrong with the skills. But as you can see, they go all the way up to 6, and I'm halfway, except for this one right here. And then you know, you add on as you get them. As you can see, I already got one to add on there. So I've managed to immediately after I got my SP and started to get him maxed out, I noticed I was able to proceed a lot farther in the hunting ground. and I was able to get up clear 2 levels. Okay, so I'm a little bit closer to where, and you can see a little bit more from this particular level, but it's not a lot. But I saved up a lot because I knew that once I wanted to wait until I got a little bit higher. Okay, so the up, as I've gotten one here. Okay, so we got 2 of the reds, but 2 of the blacks, but we want red ones. And as near as I can tell, at least from the pools I've wanted, you can get the black ones. You can get more black ones on the easier scale than you can up here. So as you can see, the percentage even at this level right here is still far too low. And there's our one. So we got our first soul ring. So as you can see, that took about 20 pulls to get one. So, I would say probably you're probably looking to right about here. I would feel comfortable using up all the pools, getting it all the way down to 32 once I get up to right here. I mean, this will of course be advanced, but once I get woo, I don't have any. I won't have any problem. I'll be able to get more. But yeah, you're gonna need to really get up into those levels. Doing 20 pools, as you can see right there, just to get one, that's not really cost effective. I mean, it's something that you can use, and it's definitely helpful in terms of in terms of getting where you need to get to actually level up the soul rings. So let's see which one I had here. So let's go into the soul rings here, into the bag, into the soul bone, into the soul ring right here. So it's 1. Okay, so we'll go to Soul Master. We'll go right here. Go to Soul Ring right here. And then you add your soul ring. And fuse it. And that gives me as far as judgment. And if you go back and look, it's now 4. So basically each time you add 1, it's going to be 4. So you're basically going to need to get about 5 or 6 to get each of the skills up. So it's definitely something that's going to take a while. And the primary reason it's going to take a while is because you're dealing with RNG. I have not seen a soul ring choice, even the one that you get inside of the event, which is right here. Sorry. Inside the actual daily event. It's not inside of there. This is a random. So you could get one that you need, you could not get one you need. It's not really that much of an issue right now because I need all of them. So it's not that much of a big deal for me. But if you're purchasing the packets and stuff, you're going to be able to get these a lot faster, and you'll be able to build the sets. But so getting all of your skills, it's going to be really difficult to max out your skills on an SP character, unless you just get really lucky, or if sometime down the line they come out with a chest. I'm sure that they probably will. I'm really waiting. I want to see a Forge event now that the SP items have been introduced. I mean, the really good and large scale rewards are in the Forge events. That's where you can really get some really good stuff to help. I mean, that's where I got my first triple S set of herbs out. I got a whole set from the Forge event. So that's what I'm looking for. I want to see a Forge event. We're due for one. It's probably got a little bit sidetracked due to the fact that they just introduced the SP patch. What was it, about 2 months ago? So they'll have one. It should be soon. Okay, so I'm just hoping that when they have one, they're going to have some really good stuff in there. I know that one thing that there will probably be in there is some shards for these, the dust gold, which is really useful because I want to start upgrading these. Okay, I put a lot in the absorption. I'm doing a lot of the fusions, enhancements, and things like that. The soul absorption and the devour. Soul absorption uses the actual extended bone shards. The devour uses the spiral core, which is why I should be going for that. Okay, and then absorption, of course, which I've already managed to max out, which is I focused on that first because I could do it. But to really start doing the upgrades on this, we're going to need to get the shards. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're going to break the bank like they do on the Sea God sets. It looks like it's going to be fairly low, but considering we're not getting them hardly ever, that's actually quite high, even though it's only 10 shards. So we'll have to see. But I'm hoping that they'll give us a chance, to maybe get one of these close to max out or something. It all comes back to this. It all comes back to the Forge event. And as you can see, I have a lot of these. I've maxed these out. I've got all of pretty much all this stuff. I just go through and max it out. It's a nice thing about having this many of the things. And I just go through I do it on a weekly basis because I usually crack up a level or two. And when you go up a level or two, you can enhance the actual. You can enhance up a little bit each time. They give you a max that you're allowed to get to based on that. Now, one of the things I did do is I actually went in and focused a lot. I cashed in all of the actual shards I had for the hidden weapons. Remember, I had 3 or 4 chests full of hidden weapons. I cashed all those in, bought a bunch of refinement, and then I went ahead and put it all into my SP hidden weapons. So I've got it up to 158. Okay, so that's a lot of refinement materials right there just to get it to 158. But it helped out immensely. I'm maxed up to 73 billion, so it got me a couple billion BP, and it was very useful. But I did do that. So yeah, so that's what it is right now. I've also got him maxed out. Tang San. I've got him maxed out. Some of them are full limit. Got to get to 118 for this. So I'm working on this one right now. I'll probably finish this up tomorrow. And then that'll be, well, maybe not tomorrow, maybe the day after. Depends on how much stamina I want to use. Get this close to max out. These two can't max out until I get to 118 and 119. So you're gated, as I've told you before. You're gated by the story mode. Okay. You have to get to certain story modes so that you can enhance it. But it looks like this is as far as it's going to go. This is what they're maxing out on Hue as well too. So Hue's going to be maxed out, and that's good. Once they get these maxed out, I can start focusing on the other ones in my team. Because I'm a heavy attacker team, it's just gathering a lot of the same materials for each of the characters, and then you use them, and then you have to get them again. So that's one of the things about makes it easier for having a team that has a mix of a tank, healer, or support, and an attacker, is because the mats can go a little bit around a little bit. So, but it's all the same. You just have to sweep, a little bit more. Fortunately, you can sweep whichever particular levels and story modes that you want, so you can get just the materials that you want. So I just don't really sweep much for the tank. I've got him maxed out too. He's as high as he can go until I get some more levels. And you just keep pushing through. As you can see, once you get up to about a level, I think it starts at about 85 or between 85 and 90, is when you start noticing that it's taking a lot longer to actually, level up. It just takes more days, more sweeps to do it. Okay, I mean, I'm using a minimum. I'm using 1,200 You should be using at least minimum of 1200 stamina each day. Okay, simply because of the fact that that's what it costs to summon your mutated beast, and you should be summoning your mutated beast on a daily basis. Okay, so at least make sure that you do 1200. And if you sweep 1200, that's, and just focus on what you need to sweep. I only focus on levels for what I'm needing. Okay, I don't focus on levels of, if it's not useful to me, I don't focus on that particular item. I just focus on the ones that are there for me. And then, so by the time I get to, I assume by the time I get to level 119, I guess that's going to be, I mean, this is an SP character. If yellow, if gold 4 is the max, then I'm assuming that when I get this to gold 4 at 119, that I will be able to max everything out. Okay? Because this one right here maxed out at 118. So at 119, I guess I'll be able to fully max out all of my items for my actual armor set, which is good. At triple S's, it is 118 appears to be the max for this, and I've already got that, so I'll be able to max this out when I hit to 118. So yeah, so it looks like, I guess 119 is the max that you need to get. Once you get to 119, you can max out all of your armor sets. If they keep them at gold 5, okay, or gold 4. I mean, if they take it up another level, they might. Although I would assume they would have, if they would have taken it up in levels, they would have taken it up on the SP character. I don't see any. If you look at they're exactly the same. There's no difference between the armor set, the standard base armor set, for either SPs or SSs. They both, gold 4. It doesn't look like there doesn't appear to be. If you open it up, Breakthrough, Enhanced, and Awakening. Okay. Breakthrough, Enhanced, and Awakening. So there doesn't appear to be anything more in terms of difference in terms of just the base armor set. Of course, there's a lot going to be different inside of the Soulbow, and of course with the whole new SP set, which is really cool. I'm ready to max. When I get the third piece, I'll be able to max that thing out. I'm saving up the actual breakthrough items for that as well too, so that I'll be able to max this out. So just waiting for that third piece to pop in, and we'll be getting it pretty soon. It is inside of the daily events, and it is inside of the Soul Beast Force. So we're working our way there. We are at 834, so 864. Averaging roughly between 20 to 24 hours inside of a 20. So yeah, it's going to be a couple of weeks, but we should be getting there, and we'll snatch that piece up. And that'll give us our third piece, and then we'll have 4, and hopefully we can go to 4. But the rewards in here are pretty nice. Considering it's, considering it's not the paid one that you do have to pay for. I just don't feel that that's, I don't feel like $20 just for it, if I'm going to do that, I would prefer to get, a little bit more in terms of the rewards, but it is what it is. But we're just waiting right now for Forge Event. So hopefully they'll have a Forge Event and we'll be able to get some good stuff. I haven't seen any of the Dust Gold Jaws, which I've looked for them. Okay, just haven't seen much of anything for them that can be got from a free-to-play perspective. Of course, you can purchase. But at this particular point, they haven't really introduced anything in terms for SP for the extended mode. They just haven't. This is the last set. The triple S set right here. This is the last. I haven't seen an SP set for these yet. I assume they'll drop one. But they might not. What I'm thinking is this might actually be upgradable to an SP, is what I'm thinking. I haven't got far enough to the point where I can make that determination as of yet. But it might be something where when you fully do The upgrading it, you can upgrade it to SP. Okay, that's what I'm probably thinking. Otherwise, we would have seen something announced when they announced the character. I mean, they introduced the SP extended. They introduced the SP Soulbone set when they introduced the SP characters. So I would assume that if there was an extended bone set for them, they would have introduced it. But it's probably not. It's probably just going to be the Triple S can be upgraded to an SP set once it's maxed out, which is fine. You know, it makes it a little bit easier, less of a hassle having to go through to get shards to upgrade something, another whole piece of extended bone when you can just upgrade the SS and be done with one, and then you can just turn it into an SP and do breakthroughs. Allow you to save the back on getting the shards. So we'll have to see, but that'll be great. But that's going to be a big BP breaker as well too. So yes, everything's going fine up to 73, moving right along. Go ahead and jump in there. Divine Tool event, definitely something that we needed. Hopefully we'll see a Forge event here pretty soon. That would be really nice. And the next, we just had the second event for Divine King Ma. So the next event should be the new character. And that's going to be very important. We're probably going to see the format. The next character will probably give us the standardized format. Continue to giving you the fact that you can choose whichever character you want to pull on, and you don't have to worry about waiting for, you can just continue pulling on Tang San if he's the one you're focusing on, but we'll see, because this is going to be really where we get a chance. If they go to the, if they continue going in that method, we should be in really good shape. We'll be able to work on divine skills, as long as they keep them up there, so that we can pull the shards on them. What's a little interesting about the whole fact is that we're pretty positive that they're all going to be inside the shop. The token shop is always going to have those shards in there because they've got a chest, and the chest has two characters in it. It has Tang San and Ma in it, so there's obviously going to be a chest for the shards inside of the token shop. So we're just hoping that they're going to continue with the actual 10 summon for that character as well too. If they do that, then yeah, we'll be able to build characters. It'll take a little bit longer. If I'd have hit that last pull the week before, I'd have got it on the third pull. It wouldn't have been a problem. But I just had one bad week and one medium week. The first week was really good. Second week was ridiculously bad. And then the third week was medium. So I didn't have it quite. And then, of course, as you saw on the next one, hit another 50. So, it's RNG. It could be good. It could be bad. I mean, you could do 20 pulls and hit that RNG 3 times on a 50, and bam, that's probably not going to happen considering the percentages. But you could, and there you'd have the character on the first day. So RNG is good and RNG is bad, but again, it's not true RNG. As I've said before, true RNG is if there's 3 items, each item would have a 33% chance to drop. 33.333. They don't. The best item will have a 10% chance to drop. The second item will have a 30% chance to drop. And then that last item will have a 60% chance to drop. So it's not true RNG. It's just, game mode RNG, I guess is what you could call it. So that's where we're at. But, they had to do a change for the SP characters, and I like it. The game still can be done from a free-to-play, and it can still be done fairly effectively. No, you're not gonna beat the whales. It's just not gonna happen. But it's nice to compete, and it's nice to play the game. You like the IP, like the characters. I'm gonna finally have a Tang San and a Wu in my team. I've never had a Wu in my main team. Okay, because the reason was when they first came out, Wu came out immediately after Tang San, and then they went into the Triple S characters, because Wu and Tang San were the last 2 characters that were introduced. It was Tang San and then it was Wu, and then it was the first Triple S character, which was Evil Eye. So I was, I got Tang San, and I put Tang San in the team, and then I got Wu, but I decided to go ahead and save all my stuff for the first Triple S character because I knew that the first Triple S character was going to be a character that we were going to be able to get quite a bit of shards for, and that we would be able to build up a little bit faster than the other characters. So I saved everything and put it in the Triple S character, which was Evil Eye, which turned out to be a really good choice because he was an excellent character. Definitely somebody that you want to go for. Um, Survivability is off the charts. Everybody's a little hesitant because his SS sucked. Pig time. Total joke. Yeah, he died more than it was really bad. But the Triple S fixed all that. And his survivability is off the charts now. He never dies. So he's a good character. So I started to focus on him and put him in the team, and I really didn't have room for Wu at that particular time. So Wu was she's always been my support, and she still is my support. Okay, support is Ling Ling, Sigad, Tang San, and Wu. Wu's always been in the support, even though she was right on the edge of being in a new team. It was Tang San was in her. She was always been on the edge. So whichever she comes out in her SP format, I'm going for her. So she will be in the main team. So she will be the next character that we go for. Whenever she comes out, I don't know. I know there's a Wu for because I got a picture. There's an avatar for her. I'm thinking she might be next, okay? And the reason I'm thinking that is because of the fact that when I went looking for avatar pictures for thumbnails for my videos, I wanted to give everybody a look at the SP characters because the graphics were amazing. I could only find 3. Tang San, Ma Hongjan, and Wu were the only 3 ones that I could find pictures for. Could not find pictures on any other SP characters, leading me to believe that she may very well be the next character that they introduce. Wouldn't be surprising. We'll find out here probably within a week or so whenever they have the next event. That's going to make me happy. Happy and sad. Considering I've got Tang San maxed out, he's fully 5-sunned, his armor's maxed out, Soulbone set's maxed out. I would prefer another couple of months to work on him to get his, but if she does come out, I'm going to go ahead and go for her. I can max her out, and I'll probably just pull everything off of Evil Eye, throw it all onto her, and put her into the team. So we'd have In-Ming, Wu, Tang San, and Hugh would be the team. It'd be nice to be able to complete that's the final form of the team. I'm going to be out of shards at that point, so I'm going to have to rebuild those up. Okay, I mean, I'm building them back up, but it takes time. I've been saving these shards for ages. It's going to take all of these. I don't have that many in the bank right now, shards. I'm building them back up, but it takes a while. To get her to 5-sun, if Wu comes out next, I'm going to have to use all of these shards. Okay, which is fine. I mean, that's what they're there for. I'll use them all. I got no problem with that. They're saved for Wu. She's always been the plan to begin with, ever since I found her avatar. And I've always since Wu and Tang San are the main protagonists of the actual Soul Land franchise, you may as well have them in your team. So that's what we're going to do. But we use them on her. Then we'll start working on it. But even if I get her, max her out, start working on her equipment, put all the shards into her, she should be stronger than Evil Eye. Okay, survivability is really not an option at this particular point. It's not something I need to worry about. I mean, Tang San survivability is off the charts. So plus I've got a tank which is designed for to keep most of the people off of me anyway. You're always going to want to keep a tank in there. You don't want to have an attacker. You want to either have, if you're going to have an attacker as your tank, then you should have healing, because they're really not designed for that. A tank is designed to take the damage. Even though survivability for Tang San Divine is off the charts, I'm not really sure how well he would do by himself on the front line. He's got a shield and he's got a lot of hit points, but at the same time, he's really not functionally designed to be a tank. He's an attacker. So, but I've got In Ming up there. If I do a replacement, it'll be for a tank. My third SP character is going to be a tank whenever he comes out. That'll be what I'll be going for. I don't know who that is at this particular point, so I really can't say who it is. But it will be a tank. And those are the ones that I'll be working on at this particular point. But we'll have to see what it is. But so if Wu comes out next, we'll go for her and we'll pull for her. Got no problem doing it. I'm sort of kind of ready for her. It'll take a little while to start putting some of the really good stuff on her. Basically an SP Soulbone set. I'll be able to put a really good Soulbone set on her because I'll be pulling it directly from Evil Eye. He's got a pretty good set. As you can see, it's a triple S set. Okay. And I can pull from Ling Ling and some of the others. I can make a full set right here. I'll probably just pull it off of her and put that set on, But yeah, so she'll have a triple S maxed out set. It's not like she's going to have, joke stuff. She'll have a really good set, but it's just going to be triple S. It's going to take a little bit longer to get the SP, but that's not really that big of a deal. We'll have to see what Wu is. It's really weird because Tang San went from being a ranged character to a melee character. Wu might go from a melee character to a ranged character. I'm not really sure. We'll have to see when she comes out, but it'll be interesting. But yeah, so that's all I got. So just want to let you know what was up. Divine Tool event is up, and we'll just keep working it on Tang San. And as soon as they come out with a new event, this Divine Tool is going to be three days. So hopefully we'll see something towards the end of the week, and anxiously awaiting the new character. All right, so thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe. Once you've clicked on that subscribe, you'll see a bell. If you click on that bell, you get notified each time I drop a video. Kenrick coming at you from the corner, signing out.